guys, Bebo Bear here. So I'm just going to be doing some redstone stuff, sort of a redstone tutorial. So here, just basically today I'm going to be showing redstone torches and redstone repeaters. So I just set up this three things before. So first thing is the redstone torch. The redstone torch will mainly just power the 4 blocks on either side of it, on the ground, and the block above it, which is over there. So these are all the blocks that redstone will power. So that block, that block, that block, that block, and that block, which is where the redstone is. Yeah, so here's just showing where it won't power. So it won't power any of these, but if you do connect those, it'll power them. Connect those, and connect those. They will work. So this is just showing about before. So a redstone torch, if you can imagine as if it's an arrow. So it's going up, and that the redstone part is the tip of it. So it's pointing up into this block, so the redstone power goes up. And then it powers this block here. Redstone has this funny property that it can sort of be stored inside a block or entity. So it's storing it here and then powering this block. But another cool thing that that can do is that it just doesn't only power the top block. If you did this, so if this block is powered, like you can see over here, then if I connect any of these redstone together, you can see that it won't power. But if I did a direct input, it will power them. So the torch is classified as a direct input because it's going direct up into it. So that means that because this block is powered, like this, it's going to power all the blocks beside it. So it'll power that, 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 and that. As soon as I break this block though, it will always unpower. So that's that bit. Then coming over here, as I just showed you, inputs. So then there's this contraption here called redstone repeaters. Redstone repeaters pretty much have a couple of uses actually. So they can be used as a delay. So if I show you here, you'll see that the first one will trigger, and the second one, and finally the last one. And you could stack them up together. So I'm going to keep them the same input so you can see like just very distinctively. So when you place it, it still follows that order, and then you could orientate the patterns around so it could be the long one and the short one. And you can see they'll start to change how they come on and off. Anyway, another thing about redstone is if you place 2 bits of redstone next to each other, they'll link up into a line. But if imagine redstone as being a large cross like this, but it only takes up 1 square. They just changed how it looked. It used to look like this. So if I show you, I'll put a block there, so that's being powered. That block there is actually powering these 4 blocks, because if you remember, it's like a cross. So if I put a torch there, it's going to turn off there, it's going to turn off from there, it's going to turn off. So just keep imagining like that's a red X instead of just a red dot. So yeah, that's another cool feature. So what that means is though, if you try to say, I'm just going to use pistons as an example. If you try to link this together, it's not going to work because instead of getting directly inputted into the pistons, it's just creating a circuit. So what you need to do, you see if you take one of them away, it's directly inputting as a line. So what you could do is you could do this so that it directly inputs from either side. You could do something like just digging it down, so actually, no, that wouldn't work. You could cover it up so it's just powering, because remember, if it's powering the block above, it powers these blocks around it. Or what you could do is you could use redstone repeaters, because redstone repeaters and redstone don't collide with each other. So if you just did that, it creates 2-stage circuits, but the only problem then is that you'll see, because redstone repeaters make a delay, it's going to delay each one. So what you could do is then you could just make it 2. So then they're both delayed, but it happens at the same time. Another one of the final things you can do with redstone repeaters is you can now lock them. So say if I put a redstone repeater there, then you could make just a locked redstone signal. So that means that even when this isn't being powered, is in a locked position, and then say you could put that down there, you could do that. So then if you broke this chain, then you can put just something like that. So when you break this, it switches off as a current. So that's just sort of like a toggle gateway, and then you can do that. Yeah. So you can lock it. There's a couple of things. So you could use, say, a switch as being a lever, and there's a button being a lever, or lever being a button. Alright, that's all for the first basic tutorial. And it's really bad, and I'll see you later.